Hi, this is Miss Andrea. I run the science workshop for the Children's Museum of Houston, and my project is funded by the Harris County Department of Education, Case for Kids, the City Connections Grant, which is funded by the City of Houston. And the project I'm bringing you today is an art project and a community service project. And this project is really dear to my heart because I feel a lot of gratitude to all the frontline workers, and I'd like to express it. But how do you express something like that to people that you have no contact with? So, what I would like to do is create a gratitude yard sign. And with this sign, I want to put it up front so that anybody passing by that's a frontline worker could see it and feel good, maybe smile, maybe feel good about their day. And frontline workers, they're the people that are working at the grocery stores or the hospitals or the people that pick up the sanitation workers. All of these people, the police, the fire, they don't have to leave their house and go make sure that everything runs so that we're all okay. They're doing it for the betterment of everybody. So I feel a lot of gratitude for that, and I would like to express it. And there's a quote that I really like that I read the other day. It says, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. So I want to make sure that we not only make our present, but that we give it. So you say, huh, I know how to make a sign. It's no big deal. Well, I'm sure you do. Poster board, markers, paint. I mean, there's all kinds of art supplies. But what if you don't have art supplies? So what I'm actually doing today is teaching you what you could use if you don't have art supplies, because that in itself is fun. It's exciting because it gives your brain like a whole different way of thinking. If you don't have art supplies, what could you use? I mean, what could you use? And for a little while I was stumped too. I was like, oh no, what could I use? That's a lot of words and a lot of things that I have to have that I don't. So I started looking at things that I had around the house. One of the things is these ice cream tops. I did not eat all this ice cream by myself. I just want to tell you. But look how colorful they are, right? They're really nice and colorful. And I collect them because I use tops for paint trays. And so I was thinking, how could I use these? How could I use these? And then I thought, what if I did my lettering? And that's what I did. I did some lettering. See how I have these ones all laid out? So that's one possibility. Another possibility is, that's a lot of words, frontline workers. What could I use? Toilet paper. Yes, toilet paper. There is a lot of toilet paper in your house. I know there is. So you collect the toilet paper, you cut it and flatten it out, which is what I did here. You could mist it with a little bit of water and run an iron over it, and that would help to straighten it out, or you could put it under some books. I didn't really do too much to mine. I went ahead and I drew my letters out on here, and I found different things that I thought would make it look nice. If you have paint, you can use paint, or I found a little bit of glitter. I used glitter. I found some old crepe paper, and I used that and just kind of put it on. I haven't done this part yet. And then you can put another layer of glue and it will seal it. And you'll also be able to, it'll make it kind of glossy. I mean, just really think about things that, anything you could use. Like I used a cardboard from something I bought and I cut the edges of it and kind of made like an outline for this. You can use magazines. You can use, this is like a birthday card somebody sent. You could use the paper from that. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can use. For the plastic, I also took like a cup from a fast food place and I cut letters out of it. I mean, this is really nice lettering. Another thing I used was a soda can. So if you're going to use a soda can to make letters like this, you have to get an adult to help you. It's so easy to cut your fingers with this. And so have them to make a little slit with a box cutter and then take your scissors and cut around it. And then once you have it like this, the way to get rid of the sharp edges is with a little sandpaper, or you can take it and rub it on the concrete on the sidewalk, and that will dull the edges so that you don't get hurt. So there are so many possibilities, not only for the lettering, but I found things like this, things that were like in the back of a closet or back of a drawer. And actually, I'm not using this for decoration. I'm using this for my letters because I really like how sparkly and big my letters could be. So I'm like, oh, when I found this, I was so excited. So I know it's kind of silly, right? It's like a lot of silly stuff. And I think that's one reason I'm smiling, because there's so much you could do. And it's a lot of silly stuff. But what you're doing, though, in making this sign also makes me smile, because I think about how tired people are and how stressed people are and how nice to drive down the street and see a sign that says thank you. So you think about your frontline workers, and I would write down maybe on your sign all of the people that are those frontline workers, so they know you're not just thanking the doctors and the nurses, but you're thanking the people that clean the medical offices, that clean the rooms where patients are also sick. Those people are just as important. And so I thought, if I didn't want to do all the lettering, what else could I do? And I started to look for ways to do symbols. So these are some of the symbols I sketched out. It's not the greatest drawing, but I'm going to tell you that we're not really trying to do like great signs where your message is more important than your work. So something like this could be for the hospital, or something like this could be for the postal office, maintenance, truckers, garbage trucks. You get the idea. So I'm not going to go through every single thing, and the reason is because it'll take a long time, and I think you got the idea. So look around, see what you normally would throw away, or that it's not really in use anymore, and put those to use. Now, I know there's a lot of you that are ready to get started. Hey, great, go get started. This is exciting. And if you don't want to do the sign, that's okay too. Now you can use this stuff for art supplies. You can do other art projects. And if you do want to do the sign, then that makes me really happy, because I love the idea of doing something for somebody else. And when you do something for somebody else, it makes you feel good too. So you get something out of it. Now, for those of you who need a little extra help, and there is no shame in that, trust me, it is hard to think about how to do this kind of stuff. I'm going to make another video, one that goes into more detail on how you could do it, how I did my sign, and then that way you have additional information. So if you don't need it, you don't have to see that video. If you do need it, it's there for you. So have fun doing this, put on some good music, smile, think about who's going to see your sign and how you're going to brighten somebody's day. That's it for today.